The Suzuki Hayabusa. It's not just a motorcycle, it's a land missile. But keeping those massive, iconic fairings looking factory fresh and mirror shiny, well, that takes a little science and a whole lot of technique. Welcome back to Uncommon Think, where we break down the mechanics of keeping your machine perfect. Today, we're locking in that showroom shine with a step-by-step explainer on advanced motorcycle detailing.
But before we even lay a finger on the bike, setting up a safe workspace is absolutely crucial. Detailing involves some pretty heavy-duty degreasers and chemicals, so you really need to protect both your driveway and your lungs. Throw down some cardboard floor protection. It'll save your concrete from stubborn grease stains. Next, get your gear on. We're talking latex gloves, safety glasses, and a mask or respirator. Oh, and make sure your garage door is open or you're in a well-ventilated spot. Trust me, you do not want to be inhaling aerosolized chain cleaners.
All right, so here is our blueprint for today. We're going to breeze through the master wash setup, move right into deep cleaning the chain, restoring the chrome, fixing any scratched fairings, and finally, sealing and protecting your paint.
Section 1. The Master Wash Setup. We are building a safe foundation for your paintwork. Now, the first rule of the Busa Club, or really any bike club, is to never ever wipe down a dry, dusty bike. The aerodynamics of this beast traps fine road grit, and wiping it dry is literally just going to swirl and ruin your paint. Always start with a gentle, touchless pre-rinse to knock off that loose dirt. Follow that up with a dedicated pH-neutral snow foam. Let it dwell for a couple of minutes to safely lift the grime before you even think about touching the bike.
When it's time to actually wash, you have to adopt this James May level obsession, the two-sponge method, using a high lubricity motorcycle shampoo. Sponge 1 is your holy grail, dedicated exclusively to your pristine paintwork and clear coats. Sponge 2, that's your workhorse for the gritty stuff like the engine casing, swing arm, and those massive exhaust pipes. Use a soft detailing brush for the tight mechanical spots, but a quick pro tip, avoid spraying high-pressure water directly into your radiator fins or electrical seals.
When it comes time to dry the bike, skip the old chamois leather, okay? It just traps dirt and scratches up your clear coat. You need a dedicated air blower. That $20 figure, that represents the cost of a cheap portable leaf blower or even a compact vacuum set to reverse. Use it to blast water out of all the nooks, crannies, and switchgear. It stops corrosion right in its tracks, for a fraction of the cost of a professional shop air compressor.
Moving right along to Section 2, deep cleaning the chain. This is the messy but totally essential mechanical heart of the bike.
Listen, the absolute most crucial point here is a massive safety warning right from the experts in the field. Never try to clean your chain while the bike is running in gear. I know, it seems like a brilliant shortcut to let the engine spin the rear wheel while you hold a brush, but if your fingers or rag get caught between the chain and the sprocket, the results are completely devastating. It takes a massive amount of force to stop that wheel. Just roll it manually.
Since we are rotating the wheels safely by hand, you might be wondering how you're supposed to know when you've actually cleaned the entire chain. Simple. Just locate the master link first. It's easily identifiable by its two distinct rivet-style pins. Use this as your visual start and end line so you know exactly when you've done one full rotation with your cleaner and brush.
Let's build this into a perfect, repeatable routine. Always spray your cleaner away from the tire to avoid making your rubber dangerously slick. Agitate the chain with a dedicated brush, wipe the gunk off completely, and apply your lube sparingly to the O-rings or X-rings. And here is the secret step. Let it cure for 30 to 60 minutes. If you ride immediately, it's just going to fling a sticky black mess all over your perfectly clean undertail.
All right, Section 3, restoring chrome to mirror. Time to erase those water spots, haze, and stubborn boot prints.
Over time, intense engine heat causes road grime, debris, and literally melted rubber from your boots to bake directly onto your metal components, leaving this awful dull haze. But you don't need aggressive scrubbing to fix it. You just need a few drops of a quality dedicated metal polish on an applicator pad. This specific chemistry is designed to safely cut right through that baked-on contamination, whether you're dealing with chrome, polished aluminum, or stainless steel.
The process is super straightforward. Make sure you shake the bottle thoroughly first to mix the compounds. Apply just a few drops to your pad. Seriously, a little goes a very long way here. Work it back and forth over a small, targeted area like a heavily abused foot peg or exhaust shield. As you work it in, the polish is actually going to haze up as it lifts out the dirt and water spots. Finally, just wipe away that excess with a fresh microfiber towel. It is literally a night and day difference as that deep, mirror-like reflection pops right back.
On to Section 4, fixing scratched fairings. We're talking everything from micro blemishes to those painful deep gouges.
It's the exact question every single rider asks the moment they hear a rock smack their bike on the highway. Can I fix this scratch myself, or is this going to cost me an absolute fortune at the body shop? Well, let's establish the clear thresholds of what you can confidently handle at home and what absolutely needs a professional touch. Think of these guidelines as your ultimate diagnostic tool. If a scratch is very light, meaning it hasn't broken through the clear coat and just looks like a tiny micro imperfection, a gentle cleaning and a fine automotive polish will totally smooth it out. But if it's moderate to deep, and you can actually see the base plastic or primer underneath, you are moving into full repair territory, sanding, filling, and painting. Now, if it's structural, meaning deep resin damage, warping, or it's near a critical mounting point, stop right there. Call a professional shop. A botched DIY fix here could literally fail at highway speeds.
But say you are tackling a moderate scratch yourself. Here is your exact workflow. First, degrease the area completely. If you leave any old wax behind, your new paint will just peel right off. Next, sand lightly with 800 to 1200 grit paper to give the filler something to grip. Then, apply an automotive plastic filler and carefully sand it flush, all the way up to a superfine 2000 grit. You want to rebuild the fairings geometry perfectly flat, no ugly lumps. Finish it off by applying color-matched paint in thin, patient layers. Seal it with a clear coat for UV protection and polish those edges so it blends seamlessly.
Now, an incredibly important safety note pulled straight from our sources. When you're waiting for paint or filler to dry, resist the urge to grab a heat gun to speed things up. Many modern motorcycle fairings are made of ABS plastic, and ABS will permanently warp and distort at surprisingly modest, unmonitored temperatures. Don't turn a tiny scratch repair into a completely melted body panel. Just be patient and let it air cure.
And finally, Section 5, Sealing and Protecting. This is where we lock in that gloss for the long haul.
I absolutely love this quote from the source material because it perfectly shifts your mindset. Polishing is essentially a microscopic form of sanding. It removes clear coat to level out defects. We are completely done taking stuff away. Now we need to put stuff back on by adding a layer of protective ceramic armor right over the paint. For the ultimate shine, skip standard wax. Because superbikes like the Hayabusa run notoriously hot, traditional Carnauba waxes break down really quickly. Instead, apply a high-grade ceramic spray coating or a ceramic quick detailer. It literally bonds to the paint, repels water, resists that intense heat, and gives you a spectacular liquid-like gloss. But remember, less is more. Work a tiny amount in with a dedicated, clean microfiber towel, buff it immediately, and let it cure for 24 to 48 hours before it sees a single drop of rain.
Do this once a month and your hyperbike will turn heads everywhere it goes. Armed with these expert techniques, from touchless foaming to masterlink tracking and ceramic sealing, the blueprint is entirely in your hands. So, are you going to let the road grime win, or is it time to unleash that showroom shine? Hit that subscribe button for more deep dive motorcycle care and mechanics right here on Uncommon Think. Until next time, keep it fast and keep it clean.